Yes, my good listeners, my good people. Today, because you can see we are approaching exam. We are approaching exam, and we're gonna discuss more, or we're gonna have open conversation regarding financial accounting. Regarding financial accounting. So just give me a minute. I check on this mic. Uh-huh. So I could like to talk about the cash flow statement. Remember, the next month is where we're going to have the exam. We're going to have the exams next week. And by having exam, you must have get to the point of how to answer the question. You might be in the class for the whole semester. You might be for the class for the whole semester, but you don't know how to answer the question. You don't know how they answer the question. They attended the classes, but they have been on class since day one up to the last day. But what about the strategies? The strategies of answering the questions. The strategies of answering the questions is what has made most of the students not to pass exam. So, if you take one paper here, this is a financial accounting paper. This is a financial accounting paper, which this paper has five questions. It has the five questions. It has the five questions. Question one, two, three. You look at the financial accounting. If we do some of the analysis, we realize theory it carries how many marks? Like one. So it take like 20% of your exam. So theory take 20% of your exam. So that is another thing that most of the students they fail because they ignore the theory. So the moment you have ignored the theory, what does that tells you? You already have 8 marks. You already are left with the 8 marks to mark. Shiangapi 20, 80. I mean, so out of that 80, are you sure? Are you going to get 60 or 70? Yes. So then, if you are sure, how organized are you? That is another question. If you are sure, then how organized are you? Take a good example here. That is a December question. We have question one. This is financial accounting. We have question one, which is it is for sales ledger control account and purchase ledger control account. So that I tell you people, in financial accounting or CASNEP, if you plant yourself very well, there's a lot of free marks. There's a lot of free marks here. This question one, it is for controls account. That is the sales ledger control account and purchase ledger control account. It carries how many marks? Wonderful, wonderful. A lot of marks here. Just 11 marks. And with 11 marks, you can do this question within 3 minutes. You have done with 11 marks, right? So make sure the first step is that to make sure that you have the right format for the two. That is the sales and purchases. Then The second approach of this question is that you write that format, the two format simultaneously. So don't say, I want just to finish with the with the with the sales ledger, then we jump into the purchases ledger. No. So have two sided figures. So have your sales ledger account here and have your purchase ledger account here, right? Put the format, the two format, put the two format. So that one can take you around 3 minutes, 2 minutes here in the format, and then come to your questions here. We have a lot of free marks. You have a lot of free marks. You pick it, the balance brought forward, what you just put, what you just put, bad debt you just put, credit control, put credit sales, you put. There's no calculation here. There is no calculation. It is just absorbing by your eyes. You are just looking at your format. This is what the format requires me to do. And do I have this thing in my question? That is the answer. Do I have this thing in my question? That is the answer. So you realize that you spend a lot of time in one question which you could have taken at least minutes, then you go to another one. So what will come into your mind is the first thing is to have the format. Make sure you have the right format. If you have the right format, you know what are you going to do. If you know the variable inside that format, go to your question. Pick those variables which have been given for free. Don't even do the one which you are, which you need to calculate. Leave them for examiner to calculate. Leave them for examiner to calculate. Leave them for examiner to calculate, so that you put what they have provided for you. So you will find that what examiner requires to calculate, it's just carry 1 mark. What they have provided for you, it carries at least 7 marks. So who is wise here? Ni nani ako mwerevu? Examiner ama ni wewe? Ni wewe, juu examiner anataka tu ucalculate moja, yet amekupia 7. So why don't you pick that 7 and go to the next question? You have to pick that 7 and go to the next question. So that's why you find yourself failing, not because you don't know it, but you know, but you don't want to master it. Right? So guys, let's join we look at that other questions. So here nitakuwa live for long, ndio nikufundishe hizi vitu. Sitaki uanze kufail hizi vitu.